down, Barbiana, bust down, Barbiana. Bust down and pick that shit up. Bust down and pick that shit up.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be installing a 613 full lace wig from Dorhair. I did pre-color this hair and I did do the watercolor method. I do have previous videos on how I do the watercolor method, so I didn't actually film me coloring this wig because it's basically the same old. I did use 2 bottles of Platinum by the brand Adore. I will have the color information listed down in the description box, as well as all the hairs information listed down with the links where you can purchase the hair and everything. Once again, this is hair from Dorhair. So the first thing that I'm going to do now is I'm just braiding down my client's hair. I'm going to do braids going all the way back, and after that I'll get back to you. So now that I've finished braiding, I'm just slicking back her edges, and I am using my very own edge control that I do have coming out soon. So you guys stay tuned for that. But I am going ahead and testing out my samples, and I'm just going ahead and slicking back her hair. I always slick back my clients' edges before I put on their caps, so none of their hair, little strings, or little baby hairs ends up being with the cap, and I end up cutting them while cutting the cap or anything like that. So I always make sure they're nice and slicked down. And now I'm going ahead and taking my stocking cap. I'm using a very light nude stocking cap because my client is very light skinned, and it kept flipping down. Oh my goodness. But yes, it literally kept rolling down. Me and that cat was fighting just now. So now I'm going to take a Ruby Kiss face powder. Sorry y'all, I forgot to tie the knot in the back, but I am taking the Ruby Kiss face powder, and I am using the color Warm Honey on her. If I'm not mistaken, that's the color number 12, and you can get this from your local beauty supply store. I'm going in with my Bold Hold lace glue, and I just go ahead and put it on each corner, and then I spray my Got To Be glue free spray, and I rub it out. I'm sorry y'all, I thought the beginning part of when I was recording when I was cutting off the lace, but it wasn't. So you guys can have a video, have an image of how I just cut off the lace. I always got my big ass arms in the way, but I just go ahead and go slightly across her skin with it. There is no hairs in this area. It is just scalp and cap that I'm cutting off. So the full lace wig did already come pre-plucked. I just went ahead and plucked it some more, y'all. This color looked so bomb on her. Like, this is the, once again, Adore Platinum. I'll have the name listed in the description box. I'm going ahead and cutting off around her ears. I've got her holding it down in position for me so we don't lose the place. I am going to be doing her hair in a side part bob, but for now I'm parting in the middle. I always part my hair in the middle first. I just personally feel like this helps me put the lace down evenly. Now I'm taking a super dark powder and I'm just going a line and tapping through, and that's basically giving my lining so I know where I cannot go ahead too far with the lace glue. I do this on myself sometimes as well. Majority of the time I do. So now that everything's measured, I'm going in with my Bold Hold lace glue, and I'm going in with my Bold Hold lace glue, and I'm just going ahead and putting that on her hairline. I'm only going to be doing 2 coats of Bold Hold, and I'm not going to do the full perimeter. I'm going to do the middle part first, and then I'm going to do the left and right part. I do this method because sometimes the glue may dry faster. Some certain parts may lay better than others, and that's just because when you put the first area down, it dried faster than the left side or the right side. So I'm going in 3 parts because I need to make sure everything is melted. So as you guys can see, I did apply it while it is very wet, and I am lightly tapping it in. You cannot tap it in too hard because while it's super wet, because it will leave a white cast and it will end up looking funny. So now I'm going in and I'm doing the right side. I'm going ahead and putting that down, and I'm tapping lightly, as you guys can see. I might look heavy-handed, but that's just because I am heavy-handed, but it's because it's in fast forward. So it does look like I'm moving a bit faster on her head than I really am. So now I'm going to go ahead and just finish this out. I parted her hair on this side, but I forgot she told me she likes her part on the opposite side. So the parts will be switched.
What we do here is go back.
Alright, y'all, so I know it looks crazy, but don't worry, I'm going to melt that lace in a minute. For now, I'm taking my hot comb and I'm just running it through her hair and getting everything nice and fine and pressed out as I go. You guys might notice, but I am jumping between 2 different hot combs because while I'm using my hot comb, the other one does start to cool down. So I just switch between 2, and I just keep doing that method until I get to the top of her head. So now I'm just going to begin flat ironing, and I already did some parts, so I'm just going in, nothing too spectacular. I already sprayed my BTZ heat protection spray on the hair, so now I'm just pressing it out as I go, and the hair is so fine and silky, and it's pressing out so pretty. I mean, look at it. So So now I'm going to be taking my Got2b and I'm basically going to be cleaning up the lace and kind of melting it in more so it doesn't have that much of a white cast. Everything is still wet, so I am taking my freeze spray and I am using hot air. After I use hot air, I go in with cool air, but this is basically making it melt in more with her skin. As you guys can see, it's definitely showing up less lacy and more melted, and I'm just going to continue doing this. So once I finish that, I now am going in with my tweezers and I'm just going to be plucking out the side of her hair some more, just so it can have a more natural look. Now I'm taking my Care wax stick and I'm just flicking out her hair with the wax stick and I'm defining her part. This helps me to part her hair way easier, and now I'm just going to begin slicking out and flattening out her part and everything. Now that I've finished doing that, I'm going to be sewing the back of her full lace wig down to her braids. You guys always ask what I do with the back, and you don't really see the back. She doesn't plan on putting it up in the air or up in a high ponytail because it is just a bob. So I am just going ahead and sewing down the back of her head. Now I'm going ahead and I'm going to begin cutting the bob. I'm going to start cutting it long, and as I go, I'm just going to go ahead and keep getting shorter and shorter. I just want to cut long at first to see where it lands at and keep going, because sometimes if you cut too short, you can't correct it. But if you cut long, you can always go back and make it shorter. You can't make it back longer. So that is why I cut the way I cut. And at this point, y'all, I am on my knees making sure her bob is cut to the T. So now I'm coming around the front part and I'm just continuing on that cut, and I'm going back and forth with my scissors and cleaning up that cut. Now that I'm officially finished and I'm just going through cutting areas and certain things like that, I'm making sure everything's good. I'm going to go ahead and go back in with my BTZ heat protection spray before I press out her hair with my flat iron. This bob is too cute. Like, I really want to do this bob on myself. Like, I'm loving how this looks on her. I'm just going to go in and like leave a little sideburn out, as you guys can see, and I just tuck the rest of the hair behind the ear to just give it like a little cute softish look, little part, side part, pushback bob tease, and I am flattening that little piece that I pulled out as well. Now I'm going in with my tweezers and I am just plucking out her part a little bit more just to have it more defined. I tried to pull that piece out, but it's really tied tight, so I ended up plucking it out, and I did pull some of it out. So yes, y'all, this is how the bob is looking. Now I'm just taking my oil sheen and my spritz. I'm using the Fantasia spritz, and I just spritz that over her head. Now I'm taking my brush to comb out all the little small hairs and everything, and I'm going in with my hot comb and I'm just flicking everything out, making sure everything is flat and neat and clean, y'all. And this is the final look for this little bob, y'all. I love this tutorial. Comment down below some things you guys want to see me try or anything like that. Thank you guys for watching this tutorial. Let me know what you guys think in the description box. Thank you for watching. Bye. Oh, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel.